Welcome back to the Reality Guys. I'm your host, Billy Blinks, joined as always by my co-host, Brian.
What's going on, everybody?
New show alert, everyone. Bravo fans, another one to add to your completionist list. This is the series premiere review of Next Gen New York. Make sure you like, subscribe to your TikTok, Instagram, Twitter. We've been covering plenty of Bravo shows. Just finished up our coverage of Summer House Season 9. We just did the Season 12 premiere of Below Deck. And obviously, we are back to cover this new show. Brian, Next Gen New York is a news franchise where children, family members of other Bravo reality TV stars all want to take on the big city and show us the struggles of being a semi-rich or maybe soon to be cut off from my parents' allowance struggle in Manhattan. Brian, look, I know that this is not your cup of tea show. Not even close.
Right.
What I do like, what I will say about the show, a couple positives off the top. One, I love the connections. Frankly, I'm getting old, and I remember a lot of these things. You know, you talk about Kim Zolciak from the beginning. I mean, I watched Atlanta very early on. I remember back in those early seasons. Literally, I mean, it's like 10, 15 years ago, whatever. I like having those connections. I mean, I watch Real Housewives of Salt Lake City, so I've seen Brooks from season 1 of that. I'm a Real Housewives of New Jersey fan, so seeing Gia, who we've seen again literally from the very beginning of Teresa's appearance all the way through the prison sentence, etc. It's fun to watch a show where you feel like you're maybe being rewarded that you've watched other shows, right? And hey, it looks like that they aren't going to shy away from arguing and trying to fight with each other based off the first episode and the preview. That's my positives. The negatives, Brian, and I'm going to really just segue it to you. I don't find myself rooting for anybody.
No, none of these people are likable. I don't have the connection that you do. The drama that we're hearing about in the first episode, like it's there, but I just don't care about it at all. Like this dude's getting mad about somebody dating his sister. Like, is it because it's Charlie, or is it because that you don't want anybody dating your sister? I don't know. And then I was thinking, you just said that. I didn't realize that the one guy, Brooks, was from Salt Lake City. Do you think they actually all live there? Do you believe that?
Well, Brooks, I believe, because in the show he did go to NYU, so he wasn't always home. But and that's it seems like that's like it almost seems like that's where the main hub connection came for the show. There was like 2 or 3 of them that went to NYU and they all went together. And then Gia lives in Jersey and she's the same age. And again, I don't think it's a bad premise for a show in any way, shape, or form. I also don't. I think it's interesting though. It's aimed. I'm thinking more towards a younger demographic than us, even Brian, in mid-30s. But also, those our age and above are the ones that actually have the deeper connection.
Just so what, 45 minutes? These people, like, I know they say they have jobs, but like, was anybody ever working? Have we seen anybody working in this episode? Because what's the face like, oh, I'm going to get cut off in a year. I was like, you will be cut off. And
Riley Burris, who's Candy Burris, and we've covered things with Candy Burris, and she is the one who she said Candy was going to cut her off within a year. She wants to be a DJ. She went to NYU for music management. That's an expensive degree to not have a job right out of school with. Very specific.
Brian, she's got to talk to Dame Dash.
I know.
Daughter to get that connection. That one, I was like, okay, that one might pull me in because obviously I like hip hop and rap music, but
everybody else, Ava Dash,
do not care about their situations at all. And just Charlie was a weirdo. And what's the chick that doesn't wash her hands?
Oh yeah,
weirdo, dude.
Well, thank you, Brian. That's Georgia, and that's.
Do you have any connection with anybody? Like an actual show, or she just like
she's a 4th generation New Yorker. She's just this bohemian weirdo. The obsession with Harry Met Sally, and her all these weird the Diplo Katz's Deli Party and the house arrest chick, and I was raised to not wash my hands. You're a dirtball crumb bum. Dude, seriously, you're not chic. That's not cool. Yeah, you're talking like I talk about like my literal 1 year old about like, well, there's some germs are what it's gonna be. He's gonna eat, chew the remote. He's gonna lick the carpet, right? Like, I guess some germs are good. Not for a friggin' 30-year-old.
So she has no connection to anybody from a show.
I don't know any. I don't know Georgia McCann. I don't
All right,
have
hold
any.
on. I'm on a thing because I needed to remember what their faces look like. I'll read that, but I want to just she she's the type of person when she's explaining about stuff that goes on in New York where they're like so obsessed with New York City, and I hate those people. They
Yeah,
try to make New York sound like it's so cool. Like, oh, I did this Diplo in a deli. I'm like, give a fuck about your deli. I don't give a fuck about Diplo. Like, who cares if you set up this party that only it's 1,000 people? So what? Who cares? Be quiet.
the lack of actual personal connection these people are making, and the idea of just doing these events to be seen, to be said you were there. It's just what you threw parties because you're rich. You're not because you're like some
She has
dope.
no connection based off of this article.
She was definitely my least favorite character. It wasn't even close.
Yeah,
I liked her less than I liked the Charlie, the crypto seller. At least Charlie was just admitted. He's like, my dad's rich and gives me the money, and I just trade crypto with it. That's it. Dude's 30.
right. Like, if you have a lot of money, I don't know anything about. I don't do day trading or know anything about day trading like that. But
I want to. Can anyone? We can look up how old this Georgia McCann girl is because
yeah, I think this article says they're here. Hold on, let me
because on this
it doesn't
on the
say.
Bravo article, her age is the only one not listed. All the other main cast members have their age listed. It's like, do we not know? Do we not know how old this girl is?
Is she gonna be like 36?
She just like won't tell them how old she is.
She's
That's the weird.
25.
Okay, thank God. I'm like, this is like my new weird obsession.
No, dude, she was weird. If I was in a conversation where she was talking like that, I would look to my friends and be like, I hate this person.
One person I am rooting for so far though is the girl that we started off with, Ariana, who is Kim's daughter. Um, I know you never watched the Atlanta Housewives, Bride, but the mother's an absolute nightmare.
Yeah, she was on. She's been on
Dad,
two shows I've watched.
yeah, the dad's an absolute nightmare.
That's
Um,
Corey Bierman, right?
yeah,
Dude,
absolute
he used
nightmare.
to, when he used to be on the Falcons. He used to piss me the fuck off.
He used to be on
Right?
what?
He was on the Falcons. I
Okay.
know who he is. I know exactly who he is. Him and his
He's a
red ass
loser.
contacts. He was such an average player.
He's a loser, and they literally did like steal all of their kids' money, and they run up stuff, and it's like I do want to see her, and I like her boyfriend Hudson, the ugly cool dude.
Is he related to Parker Lippman?
Yeah,
Lippman,
there's
whatever that
Zach.
guy is. Okay.
Please shout back out to our man. What was
Buckhead
that?
Shore, man.
Yeah,
Buckhead Shore.
Buckhead.
We were the flagship station for that show.
Yeah, remember how we got big time because they were going to come on the show, and then they intimated like there was like some announcement coming, like they were going to be part of something else going on, and then guess what? They got nothing. Obliviate.
Well, I will say the production knew about us because remember when I made that like I put
Yeah,
like a clown meme on him and like the one girl like shared it and then she had to take it down. That was our first like ripple effect into the reality world of
we
having
were
an impact on
we
something.
got seen. Funny enough, too, that 495 who does like the Jersey Shore and did Buckhead, they're the ones doing the snake with Fox.
Oh, really?
Yeah, yeah, because I was talking to my
Sally,
friend.
Sally Ann Salzano, is that her name?
Yes, Sally Ann. Yeah, I was talking to my friend who's we're going to leave it at that. My friend.
Hey, I mean, Jersey Shore started last week. I watched it.
I didn't know that. I'll definitely. I got to catch up. I
I'm
don't
not
think.
going to review it. I'm not going to review
No,
the
I just
show.
want to catch up. No.
It's
That's
funny.
something we talk about on like a live stream and stuff, just like for people like you watching it. Bring it up. But
Mm.
look, overall, guys, like I'm not saying I'm not getting into anything. The big fight so far is that Crypto Boy, what's his
Charlie.
Crypto Boy Charlie went out with Brooks's sister, and he sent him a text intimating that I'm going to bang your sister. Then say something nasty back. it looks like it's going to continue next week. He's going to keep poking at him. Hudson might jump. It looks like our boy Hudson's going to jump into the fray. Georgia, we'll talk about Harry Met Sally again, and we'll be back here to see if we've already quit the show by then.
Yeah.
Like I said, Love Island, big show for us right now. Every episode USA, every episode UK starting next week. Check out all of our other stuff. Like I said, we cover Bravo shows, we cover Netflix shows, Fox shows, Peacock shows. We got you covered. But until next time, for myself and Brian, thank you so much for watching. Peace.